What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Sig vs. Sig. I hope everybody's having a great time this July. It's so hot outside. Anyways, today we got a dip review. Like I said, this is Copenhagen Straight. So let's dive right into this. Okay, so the presentation of the can. We've got the red, kind of like I wouldn't really say a pinkish red, but it's really a really cool looking red. It says Copenhagen Straight, satisfaction since 1822 in the warning label, and it's got the really cool gold ring around it. We got the side, it says Copenhagen long cut, and then straight. I don't have it lined up. This is not a brand new can. I've already dipped about half of this today. Another warming label, barcode, the tobacco product information, and all that shit. Let's see what we got on the date here. We've got sell by October 1st, 2017, so that's not as fresh as the other cans that I've dipped in the past, but it's still fresh. I mean, that's in October, so not really worried about it. Let's get a whiff of this tobacco inside. For me, I love the smell of Copenhagen Straight. You know, it smells super sweet. I wouldn't say it really smells like maple syrup, but I can see where people can come from with that, because it does taste really sweet. Today, spitting in this mud jug here. It's a camo mud jug, so let's get into this. Let's pack our can. I don't pack my cans too much. As you can tell, I wouldn't say it's half, but I think I mean, depending on how I pack it, it looks, you know, like half. But anyway, I'm going to get a decent sized lip here, not anything big, because like I say in all my dip videos, I'm trying to save because I go through a can of dip way faster than I go through a package of cigarettes. That's a good lip there. This is a really good dip. I mean, as soon as you put it in your mouth, it's super sweet. It's just, I don't know, it's just really sweet. It's not necessarily it's not fruity, but it's definitely really sweet. And I'd say depending on the lip you put in, depending on the pinch size that you put in your mouth, depends on how long it'll last. Like I had a pinch in earlier today. It's a pretty good pinch, pretty big pinch. First pinch I took out of the can, as a matter of fact. And it lasted me probably about an hour. So if you get about like a big pinch, it'll last you about an hour. If you get about a pinch like I got here in my lip, we'll just see how long it lasts. I don't know how long it's going to last because each pinch is different. Spit. Not that dark. Not really that dark when you're just spitting all regular. Like I said, with any dip, if you move it around, that juice comes out of there and it makes your mouth, like your spit, when it comes out, it's like super dark and brown. Like I'll give you an example. See how much darker that was? I mean, not much darker, but a little bit darker just by putting my tongue on the dip, getting some of that juice out. Now, if I move it to the side, or switch to an upper decker or whatever, then it's definitely going to come out a lot darker than if you're just spitting on normal. But guys, Copenhagen Straight is my favorite dip. I cannot say that enough. It looks awesome, and I can't really compare it to any other straight dip. It has its own flavor. It really does. It's got its own flavor. Every other straight that I've tried, it really doesn't taste as good as Copenhagen Straight. I mean, Copenhagen Straight's the absolute best Copenhagen that I've ever had in my life, and that's really all that's what I got to say mainly about it. So the cut on it is just about like any other Copenhagen cut. Like Copenhagen Straight is, I mean, it's still a long cut. It still says long cut, but it's just, I guess straight's the flavor. I don't know exactly what straight is, the flavor of it, and I don't know why they call it straight, but it's really good. It's really sweet. I've had Grizzly Straight, and I'm going to tell you, Grizzly Straight is definitely not as good as Copenhagen Straight, because like I said in my Copenhagen Wintergreen video, that Grizzly does taste really processed. Copenhagen tastes more earthy, it tastes more natural, and it's got a sweeter taste to it, like Stoker's does too, and but Grizzly is the only brand that I can really think of that tastes super processed. Sorry guys, I had to burp. But Now, obviously, if you get brands that are, you know, of a cheaper price, like say Longhorn or Kayak, it's really the texture and the taste isn't going to be that great. Now, Stoker's, I would say is the best budget dip. You can get like where I live, I think you can get a tub of Stoker's for about $15, and Stoker's is really good. That is a really good budget dip, and I love the pinchability on it. But like I said, Copenhagen is my favorite brand. You know, but they kind of shit on you like whenever you get the can and you first open it, there's God's pinch taken out. I've never had Skull Straight, and so I wouldn't be able to compare Copenhagen Straight to Skull Straight. Skull and Copenhagen are the same company, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so it should taste kind of the same. But I mean, not. I'm sure it's got its differences if you really dip Copenhagen, you know, long cut straight every day, and then like switch to Skull, and you'll really taste the difference if you switch from Copenhagen to Grizzly. Because I guarantee you, like if you're a Grizzly dipper and you like Grizzly Straight or Grizzly Wintergreen, and you switch to about like a Copenhagen Straight or a Copenhagen Wintergreen or whatever flavor it is for a week, you're definitely gonna want to get Copenhagen from then on, unless you know you don't have the money to buy Copenhagen all the time. Because let me tell you, prices in the dip is going up. I mean, the tax, they're putting tax on it and all that. I think that it's making it go up. But so it's about $6 a can for Copenhagen Straight. Where I got this at Casey's General Store, and it's about $6 a can. Like 4 cans cost me $21. It's a couple bucks shorter than a roll. But of course, if you buy a roll for like $25, it's 5 cans. So I mean, I just got, you know, 4 cans of different kinds of Copenhagen. And I got, like I said, I've got the mint review coming for you guys, and I've got the dipping history coming for you guys. Yeah, like I said, you know, Copenhagen is going up, and you do get what you buy, and Copenhagen definitely is of a really good quality dip, especially Copenhagen Straight. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch this to the other side, and I'm going to show you guys what the spit looks like after you switch it over. I know the lighting kind of affected it, but it's a lot darker when you switch sides. And when you switch sides in Copenhagen Straight or switch wherever, it's really, really, really sweet. It's really good. I love it for sure. Sometimes I go upper decker. Like if all the other sides of my mouth, I had to switch it around to like get the flavor. Say it's running out of flavor, what I'll do is I'll switch sides or go upper decker on either side, and I'll get that flavor again, because I don't know, something about it. In the same way with gum, is if you move it around in your mouth, you get that flavor and stuff. What I like to do with Copenhagen Straight is it makes my mouth feel like really, like tastes really sweet, like sugary, and it kind of does taste a little bit like maple syrup, I guess. You can kind of compare it to that. But whenever like I like to like hold my spit in my mouth. I know it's kind of gross, but I like to hold my spit in my mouth because it tastes really sweet. Same thing with Southern Blend. Southern Blend tastes pretty sweet. It's not as sweet as Copenhagen Straight, but it's like a natural flavor that tries to go sweet. And so it's kind of sweet. I like to go upper decker with Copenhagen Southern Blend too, because you know when you go upper decker, you really like get that, like you lick your teeth and you get that real sweet sensation coming off of there, and it's just absolutely amazing. Like, I mean, it's really good. I love dip because you can taste it and you just keep it in your mouth, and it's just something to do when you're bored. Like tobacco is a hobby for me. I absolutely love tobacco. I know it's terrible for your health and all that stuff, but it's a hobby for me, guys. Everybody has their problems, you know, with things that they like, and tobacco just happens to be mine. And I know it's not good for me and stuff, but you know, I like it, and I'll quit eventually. But you know, as of right now, I really enjoy it, and I don't really have any desire to quit, because it gives me something to do. Like if I'm just chilling out with somebody or something, you know, and I just gotta dip in and spitting, it gives me something to do. It gives me something to look forward to, and it's just a hobby, you know. But I can tell you, dipping is so much more convenient, because say, like we're gonna go to the racetracks tonight, and you know, I'm pretty sure you can't smoke at the racetrack, but you know, people aren't gonna be looking out for people using tobacco. Like, so say I sit up in the top or anywhere really, and just put a dip in and just like have a spit bottle and spit. It's so convenient, especially with pouches like Camel Snus or Snus, however you say it. It's really convenient, and you don't even have to spit with the Snus stuff, because you know, it doesn't really burn when you swallow it. Pouches, on the other hand, I've had Copenhagen wintergreen pouches, and when you swallow the pouch spit, like when you have to spit and you swallow the pouches, oh man, it does burn. And I've had Skull like extra large pouches, like the wintergreen kind, and if I dip those like too much, or even if I put one in my mouth, I start gagging just because I don't like wintergreen pouches. Like if I have to dip it, I will, but I don't like wintergreen pouches. Like I don't know if Copenhagen ever made a straight pouch. I don't know. I'll have to look out for that. But I can tell you that I like just dipping the tobacco rather than the pouches, because you can choose your size. Like pouches, you're limited to how many pouches you have in a can, although I do believe that it would be easier to redip a pouch than it would be to redip Copenhagen just long cut tobacco, because pinching it out and making sure you're not getting some of the tobacco you haven't dipped yet and all that. But pouches are more convenient than regular dip, but I do like my long cut dip, and I hate fine cut dip. I hate it. It's absolutely terrible. But anyways, let's jump into the ratings of this dip. I would rate Copenhagen straight a solid 10 out of 10 for sure. This is my favorite Copenhagen dip. This is my favorite dip of all time. And it's just, there's nothing really I can complain about it. The cut's really good. It tastes really sweet. It lasts quite a while. If you get you a big old pinch in there, it lasts about an hour. You get a big pinch. And it's just, there's really no complaints for me when it comes to Copenhagen straight. So solid 10 out of 10, guys. And thank you guys for watching, and take care.